yule ni Kamau, yule ni Munene, mumepangwa hapa. People already know. So you are already good in marketing. The next part is, are you buyable? That is the sales part. And it is across all positions. All. Okay, tunamjua, but you as the purchaser of the product, can you buy that product? The product is you. Don't look at me like you don't understand it. I'm talking about you. So how you package yourself, guys, is as important as the part you are selling yourself. Because remember this, that is why I'm saying it is a circle. You know a circle, you don't know inaanzaga wapi. When I draw a circle here, this the ilianza hapa ama hapa. Even a professor in mathematics hajui. So that's why it's called self-feeding. Self-feeding means you actually don't know. It's the issue of an egg and a hen and a chicken. What came first? It is the same. Sales and marketing is the same. Why? As you market yourself, you are marketing to be known. How do people know you in the first instance? When the person sees you the first time, what impression do you leave in their mind? What am I saying? There are some people who never get elected, yet in the marketing they are so good they are known, but they are never elected. Why? Because at the first instance, how people knew them clouds their judgment. Let's say the first thing people know you about is you are a part of a gang. A gang, fulani. You are part of that gang and you are the leader. So you are known by virtue of that. Is that? Well, kuna wezi kama kwetu. If you ever read novels about John Kiriamiti, ni wa kwetu. You get? And he's a good man, by the way. We go to the same shopping center. You allow me to use, he's a good man, so I'm using the figure John Kiriamiti in the book, not the person. That person you read in the book, you know him. Now, when he asks for a position, knowing you know him, how do you know him? It's you now. Now, the first thing people knew you, ni mukipigana na watu mmeshikana masati. And you became a hero in that fight. Mukipigana magumi na mtu. Kwanza niwe ulikuwa unapigana. That's the first instance the voter knew you. When will you ever rub that image from their mind? So this marketing and sales is important. Market yourself, but you'd rather be gradual than do silly things. Don't go and bite a dog in the market for you to be known. Because knowing you'll be known. But how will you ever break the ceiling of sales? You have done your marketing, but in the sales part, unakwama hapo. Let me also say something. I'm almost finishing. When is the right time to start campaigns? Let me give you an example. When I was vying for my first term in Kiharu, I launched my campaigns on the 27th of January 2017. I want you to think. Tusikue tu hii tumekuja kama lecture. Hebu fikiria hiyo nini nasema. No, nomination here, you know, it was the election. It was during the Jubilee time. So in all this region, nomination was the election. And the nominations were they had been scheduled for March. I think they were postponed afterwards. So I launched my campaigns on 27 January 2017. I remember one time a lady called Washiko. It has never, haijawahi nitoka kwa mind. Washiko was my supporter. Tulikuwa tunajuana. Na alikuwa anaona hii jamaa anachelewa. So mimi naona bana na saa hiyo ni kama last 2016 August. Nikaona amepost kwa WhatsApp. Nyoro MP. Then I saw one guy make fun of my name. That guy is my friend now, but sijawahi mwambia. You know, people have never known Ndindi Nyoro. Nikaona jamaa make fun kwa hiyo WhatsApp. Then I called Washiko nikamwambia toa hiyo kitu, because I didn't want to be an aspirant that early. I didn't want to be an aspirant that early. This is the reason, guys. Calculate properly. Between the period unagurumisha gari ya siasa, ikiguruma hivi ni kukanyaga mafuta. So you have to calculate properly that you have enough resources, enough things to tell people, so that ukigurumisha gari pahali, you know, when you launch in 2 years before time, it means you'll go to the same villages 4 times, telling the same story. Oh, buliniambia hili maneno ya ile barabara, telling the same story. Oh, buliniambia hili maneno ya ile barabara, hiyo tuta mara ya 4. When you launch too early, you also fall into a ditch of people seeing you as an incumbent aspirant. There's something called an incumbent aspirant. So when people are looking for something new, they actually categorize you in the same category as your current sitting MCN and MP. Munaika kwa kikapu moja. Why? Akiitwa Mashakaya, si hata wewe unaendanga. So you've been serving. Kwani anaomba kiti? Si amekuwa. Sisemi ati mumeanza mapema. But I'm just saying, wewe umechelewa, don't think that you are late. You are not. Depends with how you are packaging yourself. The last thing I want to talk about, ndio niongee kitu moja tu nikae chini. How are you packaging yourself as a candidate? Because you can package yourself by winning hearts through sympathy. How do you win sympathy? You win sympathy when you project the opposite of strength. So as a candidate, you are either appealing to sympathy or you are appealing to strength. So how are you packaging your campaign? As a young person, most times, including me when I was vying, an element of sympathy is very high. This is the only caution I wanted to underline there. Don't just sell yourself as a product on the basis of sympathy. Let people sympathize, but they actually also see a leader in you. As you give a story of how you are being chased to get school fees, because it's good you are associating, yes, after that, which lessons did you learn for you to be a better leader? That 1 minute you are given to speak is the one you should summarize those things. And I want to again, guys, underline. Yes, it's good to, ukienda pahali unachocha. Hata mimi nilifanya hivyo, nikuja nikasema vijana nini mkasema. It's good to kuweka tempo. But you look frivolous. When you come and shout all those things, then you don't say anything about the position you are seeking. And you are telling your electorate. They live there knowing, yes, they are not electing the one who is there, but they also live there knowing you are also neither an option. And you remember there is a time you can be given a chance to speak. You end up campaigning for the leader you already have, who is already actually not good enough. Because when people compare you, naona, hey, I can't have those things apply to all positions. And I hope I didn't come here just to excite your heart. You know, kuna vitu tunaedaga unaogeleshwa, unatoka yuko mimi nimesikia ameongea vizuri sana huyo mtu. Like sometimes I go to speak about investments because that's the other area I like a lot. You see people are excited. If you recall that meeting after 1 month, uulize watu, how many of you took the first step? You realize you are speaking to yourself. So guys, yes, I was speaking to myself because I also learn when I'm speaking. But I also hope you don't trivialize those points, including the ones that we are given earlier. Nikimalizia, allow me to point out 2 things nationally. And as I point them, I want you to be rest assured. Nyinyi ni vijana kama sisi. I want you to be rest assured. Mimi Ndindi Nyoro hapa, Mheshimiwa Mokoji, in this Kenya, we will stand for what is right, irregardless of the cost. In positions of government, they think ati utarusha hii jina hapa, maneno pale. I want to assure them, my friends, by selling ignorance to them, that time is gone and gone forever. The other day, I talked about Safaricom shares. And I saw some people not about the messenger. It is about the Kenyan people and Kenyan money. Companies' prices are set in the market. They are not set in boardrooms. I agree because the people in government set Safaricom price in the boardrooms. And no one should think that they'll be coming, shout some big English words to Kenyans, and they think we'll be quiet. We are not going to be all young. Na wale wanauza hizo hisa, ukidivide zile zinauzwa na watu wa Kenya wote. Mimi kama Ndindi Nyoro wanauza share zangu 100. Na watu wa Kiharu na watu wa Kenya. If you divide the 6 billion shares by the 50 million Kenyans, every one of us, kama ni hiyo share inagawanywa mtu apewe, kila mtu ako na share 100 yake. So as you talk to us, please downgrade your arrogance, guys. Because there is no way I am going to keep quiet. And I'm repeating many times. I have been in maneno ya shares since I was first year in campus. And if there is a time I will use my knowledge, I will use my expertise, I will use my understanding to help the people of Kenya. It is now when we are selling our most prized asset called Safaricom. And my formula is very simple, guys. Okay, you are selling Safaricom to build roads. In fact, I'm saying, go ahead. But I'm telling you this. Is it money you want? Yes. More or less, more. Then I'm here saying, you'll get more money by opening Safaricom bid into international buyers to compete. If we end up getting 350 billion Kenya shillings, instead of the 200 billion we are getting, aren't we going to build more roads? Aren't we going to build more roads? So we are just saying, we are not going to keep quiet as people purport to take advantage of Kenyans. Telling me Safaricom is listed and telling Kenyans, we know. But we also know this. NCBA is a listed company. NCBA. And they are being bought by Nedbank from South Africa. From the same country the buyers of Safaricom are coming from. But NCBA was trading at below 70 shillings before there was a rumor of the purchase and the transaction. But the people who are buying NCBA, they are buying it at over 102 per share. It is listed and we know. So if it's a lecture about market prices, that lecture was done with long time ago. We know it. There is a company called EABL, and their biggest shareholder is called Diageo. and they are selling to Asahi of Japan. The market price of EABL share as of yesterday was 244 shillings in our NSE, not any other place. But the IGEO is selling to Asahi for 590 shillings per share. So we are telling you people in government, it is either you float Safaricom and you open it up to international bids, or you face the people of Kenya and tell them, or you, let me repeat, it is either you open up the bid for Safaricom for international bidding so that Kenyans can get more money out of this sale, or you just face the people of Kenya and tell them you are safeguarding your own self-interest in that transaction. But hii story ya kukuja na maneno mkubwa mingi, it will not work. Because we are going to speak. If you don't want to hear, it is your business. Many Kenyans want to understand about their assets, and we are going to do it. And as the people in government come to lecture us about markets and such, I also want to tell them, guys, there is the Kenya pipeline shares that are being sold through an IPO now. You go back to where you were in a meeting, trying to think you are allocating 20 to 25% on something you are calling regional investors. And you are talking about Uganda. The people in government who want to buy Kenya pipeline shares, don't call yourself a regional investor based in Uganda. We know you, it is you. So, hii mambo ya kukuja kusaizi wa Kenya ati kuwaweka kwa kabox, hiyo story imeisha. If Kenya pipeline shares, if you look, you know, if you are doing honest transactions, guys, don't bother hiding. Face Kenyans during the day. That boardroom you went, allocated, yes, 35% to the national treasury, 20 to 25% into something you are calling regional. That regional investor they are purporting is a Ugandan, but that Ugandan is a Kenyan. And I want the people of Kenya to check. After the closure of the Kenya pipeline IPO from Kenya, the second highest investor will be Ugandan, but that Ugandan is a Kenyan. The second one, they are purporting at a foreign investor, giving that foreign investor 20 to 25%. I have the names of those companies. And therefore, I'm calling upon the transaction advisors. If I already have the outcome of an IPO that is closing next month, what is the process for? To have, and I can share in public for people to know. If I already have the outcome, what does that the process? What does that talk about? The process. So what going to be intimidated by anyone.
Yes, Mr. President.
And especially when we know and our conscience is clear that we are doing the right thing for the Republic of Kenya. Vijana weye. Ya mwisho. Mimi nimekaa chini kwa heshima kubwa sana. Na nimefanya calculations on what is required for Kenya to offer free basic education to all the children of Kenya. Na nimeanza na senior secondary schools. Na nimefanya my calculations. Because I am saying that because my colleagues are in Naivasha. But I took time to also come here. I'll join them tomorrow. And I understand the government was there talking about education. And they were saying they don't know how much it requires for Kenya to offer free basic education per annum. Kwa heshima ya Wakenya wote, hiyo tumefanya. And this is my asking. The government is mobilizing all the grade 10s to report in our senior secondary schools immediately. And they are saying, hata kama huna fee. But the same government on the other side is saying, oh, but remember, you still have to pay the fee. So I want Kenyans, let us now get into this caucus now, not tomorrow. Because Kenya is capable of offering free day secondary school education starting now. We only need the government to pay the 22,000 that is in the law, in the guidelines for capitation. And on top of that, the money that is required per learner in Kenya for the lunch program is an average of 35 shillings every day. And we have 185 days that we are in school. All the other days we are on holiday. And therefore, Kenya will only need just around 6,500 shillings additional per learner for all the day schools to be free, including lunch. And we can afford to add another 3,000 shillings on top of the 6,500 shillings so that the principals can get money to pay the BOM teachers where there are shortfalls and to pay all the other costs that are not captured under capitation. So I'm requesting those who are in government, there are movements that come to a nation that become critical junctures. The critical juncture for Kenya to offer free day secondary school is now, not tomorrow. And I am not pushing this burden to the government entirely. As a member of parliament for Kiharu, I am just saying I am ready for the government to cut our CDF by 30 million every constituency. And we are going to raise 10 billion Kenya shillings out of that. The county governments, because they also support education through bursaries, they also agreed that we also get 10 billion Kenya shillings out of equitable share. And then the national government, they can delay some of the renovations of big offices to also give in 10 billion Kenya shillings. 30 billion Kenya shillings is enough for Kenya to have a free and totally free day secondary school education in Kenya starting today. So I am asking my seniors in government, what are we waiting for? As MPs, me, I am ready to be cut by 30 billion shillings. Why are we postponing the agenda? Mokoti amekubali. And instead of us now always calling the parents of day secondary schools every term, we can save them from all that. Because we'll have a kitty taking care every single learner in Kenya, and they'll be eating in school with that amount from Monday to Saturday. Because it is already catered for. Mimi nauliza wa Kenya, must we postpone an agenda which is right? No. We do it now or tomorrow? Now. Free. Wa Kenya munataka free basic education today or tomorrow? Today. This year or during election year? Tunataka masomo bila malipo? Tunaitaka leo ama kesho? Sisi kama wabunge, mimi nikiwa hapa, tumekubali the national government kateni 10 billion from our CDF nationally. Our brothers and sisters who are governors, I have talked to some of them, and they are supporting the agenda of free basic education. We will get 10 billion Kenya shillings from the equitable share of over 400 billion. So the national government, your only burden is 10 billion Kenya shillings out of a budget of over 4 trillion Kenya shillings. Let us make this happen today, not tomorrow. Viongozi oye! Kenya oye! May God bless you.
Igwe! Wapi makofi ya Ndindi Nyoro? Ongeza makofi! Ongeza! Haya, tuketi tafadhali. Kama huku ana notebook my friend, hiyo YouTube itaenda mara vizuri, si ndio? I believe we have had a lesson today. Mumesikia hiyo maneno? And Mheshimiwa Ndindi Nyoro, I want to confirm that in those things you have mentioned, kama ni vita bunge, kama ni kuambia vijana tutokee, kama ni kuhakikisha maneno imenini, tuhakikishe tuko pamoja. Because any sensible Kenyan, and the most sensible Kenyan is the one who is supposed to be leading us. Is the one who is supposed to separate sense na maneno ya kipindi. When something is making sense, it does not require further explanation. Hiyo maneno ya Safaricom niko na wewe 100%. 100%. And the fact of the matter is, you are securitizing, including dividends, all levies, for 8-10 years. Mr. President, you are not the last president of this Republic of Kenya. Don't eat into the future of Kenya. Don't eat into the future of this nation. Serve your term, let another person come and serve his term. Don't kill us in the future. And maybe, Ndindi, in Bunge we will have a different spirit. I want us to convene, work with the like-minded members of parliament, even if we are 5, tuhakikishe hii serikali haitatupeleka Zayuni mapema before tufike mahali tunafaa kufika. Without a doubt, Bwana Ndindi Nyoro, I believe you are among the people that are showing the way when it comes to how this nation should be done. Na mimi nataka kusema, what makes sense, I will always support it. Sini sawa? So, vijana sasa, nyinyi mentorship mlikuwa mnauliza, ndio hiyo. Sini sawa? So, briefly before we close, and I hand over the mic to my brother Pithon, and thank you so much for this forum. This forum has been an eye-opener to many. There is a sitting member of County Assembly, Kirinyaga.